What's up, guys? I've been working on my Jason Voorhees drawing and I'm mostly finished the acts and I wanted to share my progress. I haven't done the blood splatters yet. I'm still thinking about how I'm going to best do that. But as far as the back of the axe blade, the handle, and the hand holding it, I'm pretty well finished. So once I finished with the outline, I started with some graphite powder to brush in a base tone for the handle. This is always so satisfying to do. Then used an 8B pencil to draw in the dark lines where there's really a lot of shadow on the cracks and splits in the wood. I then used a Tombow mono eraser to lift graphite off the paper anywhere where I wanted light to be reflected. Anytime where you have a split in wood or any kind of crease or crack in your drawing, you'll often get a very dark area where there's a lot of shadow, and usually there will also be an area where there's a fair amount of light that you want to represent. For those lighter areas, it's often better to lift the graphite off the paper with an eraser rather than try to work around it and keep from ever marking up that part of the drawing. Now, if the surrounding drawing around the area you're trying to lighten is very, very dark, you don't want to go in completely dark and try to lift graphite off a very, very dark pencil because it'll be really difficult. Lighter tones like I did with the graphite powder and the brush are very easy to lift off of the page with an eraser, so they're really good for getting your initial tone down and then removing graphite anywhere where you're going to want some extra light. This is especially true for areas like this where you're going to have lots of creases in the hand and you want to be able to show that there's shadow and light, and the same goes for the axe handle. Extra attention to detail and patience with the creases and lines and lighting of a hand will really go a long way to make it look more realistic. I know a lot of people struggle with drawing hands, and I did too for a long time, and still do really at times. Hands can be really challenging to draw. A piece of advice I would give for drawing hands is to slow down and take your time, especially with the shading and the detailing. I find it's best just to accept that it's going to be a slow process. This handle in hand took me about 2 hours and 45 minutes to complete. When you consider that it's a pretty narrow piece of drawing and it's only about the length of a pencil, it's a significant time commitment for a small part of the drawing. In this case, I do want the axe and the mask to be the focal points of the drawing, so it makes sense to spend a little bit more time on them and make sure you get them right. It really depends on if the hand in your drawing is meant to be a focal point, if it's something you want the eye to be drawn to. I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe got a pointer or two out of it. Let me know in the comments if you found this video helpful. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe.